Am I wearing drugstore or luxury? High end, low end? I bet you can't tell, but stick with me and you'll find out. I love mixing luxury with drugstore on my face at the same time, and today I'm going to do a whole face of both. This is Kopari Bright as Day Sheer Mineral Sunscreen SPF 50 with vitamin C and niacinamide. Conceals imperfections with universal nude tint. Enriched with skin-loving ingredients, this formula leaves your skin with the appearance of a brighter and healthier glow. I've never heard of Kopari. I don't know if you have. If you have, leave me a note in the comments. So I'm going to add this as my sunscreen. It's quite golden, isn't it? Oh well, let's see what happens. It's very glowy. Very glowy. Wow. Okay. This wasn't terribly expensive, so I'm going to treat that as if it's drugstore, but I think it's actually mid-range. But on top of that, I'm going to layer my Prada. Right, so, okay, Prada, do your thing. This is the Prada Reveal Foundation. I can't actually see the colour. So that's gone on quite nicely, still quite shiny, but that's fine. I now am going to use my Maybelline Age Eraser, which obviously, if you've been here before, you know how I love it. There's something quite exciting about mixing something that is really expensive, a la Prada, and something which is actually really, really reasonably priced. This in. This is in shade 115. I'll list all the products below in the description box. If I can find the shade of the Prada foundation, I'll put that there. So there's no pilling from the Kopari, which is great. I quite like this. I used it yesterday and it was fine, but I've never used it underneath a full face, so could be a success story. Please let me know if you just like behind the times and you've heard about this brand. Next up, we're going to stay with drugstore, and I'm using the Maybelline Lifter Sticks for a little bit of bronze. This is in place of my Fenty Mocha, which I'm completely obsessed with and always feel a bit weird when I do a face without it. So far, we've got an expensive foundation, but everything under and over it is drugstore. Can't be bad. We're going to stick with drugstore again. Maybelline, these two blushes. This is a matte red, which again needs to be a back of the hand situation because it's so pigmented. But if you're really careful, it gives you a really nice flushed cheek. You see, I've really overdone it, so far just one luxury product. On the top of that, this is a shimmer blush, just to blend it in. Again, Maybelline. I think I need just a smidge more of this red. You could, if you wanted to go luxury, there is the Rare Beauty liquid blush, and they both do the same job. This is my Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glow, just the tiniest bit, because I've got so much glow going on. I was going to use this Prada eyeshadow palette, but when I got it home, this is it, beautiful colours, I really liked the green, but when I got it home, I saw they gave me, you can't see because it's backwards, but I saw that they gave me a tester. So that's going back in the box because for £67, which is probably what, $70, I'm not accepting that. So I'm going back to my beloved Sigma palette. This is the Ambience palette, which I love. I'm going to do quite a simple eye. Here is my topper shade. So I've only used Basque, which is this one here, and Luster, which is that one there. That's all I've used. I'm just going to put a tiny bit underneath, just 3/4 of the way, and that is my eye done. I'm going to do my mascara off camera, and again we're mixing Drugstore. This is the Sky High primer, eyelash primer, and then I got a mini Huda One Coat Wow in black. So I'm going to add these two, sticking with the theme of luxury and Drugstore. What I like about this is that it does separate your lashes, but it doesn't actually give you any volume. When this is dried down, I'll dive in with the Huda Beauty. Look at that, one coat. I told the saleswoman in Selfridges that I was obsessed with Benefit, and she said try a mini size of the Huda One Coat Wow, and she wasn't wrong. I don't like the short wand, but that's because it's a mini, I think, rather than anything else. And yeah, it's good. Not sure whether it's better than the Benefit, but I might just practice. This is the first time I've used this, so I might have another go and see what happens. But it certainly does give you volume. Not bad. Okay, so those are my eyes. I added a little bit of the Maybelline tattoo liner, and now we're going back to luxury. This is a luxury and Drugstore sandwich. I'm going to use my YSL bronzer in 03. This is very pigmented, so I always end up adding far too much. But it's really blurring and really cool. So this is going to be the luxury part of the sandwich, after we've used quite a lot of Drugstore.
Let's get started.
And just a light layer. Then I've got the YSL Make Me Blush in 06. It's kind of a peachy colour, which is good because this is a very minimalist look. There we go. I'm going to quickly do my eyebrows and then we'll do lips. Right, eyebrows done, same cocktail. The L'Oreal Brow Lamination is my Drugstore product, and my high-ish end is my brow cheat, the Charlotte Tilbury in, I think it's medium brown. Right, literally the last layer of my luxury and Drugstore sandwich. This, if you've seen me before, this will be very familiar. This is a big combo that I'm very proud of. What I did is I just added a little bit of MAC Prep and Prime around my lips. I've added this wonderful e.l.f. Red Receipt lip glide liner, which is very Drugstore and much appreciated for that. And then my favourite lipstick at the moment is this from Westman Atelier. This is the colour Le Rouge, and I have now, I feel, successfully married Drugstore and luxury. And can you tell? No, you can't. And what it means is that you can splurge but then save elsewhere. And with Drugstore makeup being what it is these days, I swear you can't tell the difference. And there you go. So do like and subscribe if you want to see more of these. Let me know if you want looks or products testing. I'm happy to do it, so you don't have to. See you soon.